Well,
All right.
this is episode 9. Episode 9.
That's right.
Look at that.
We're gonna have to do something special for episode 10. Like, wow, that's like a round number. We've like hit it.
We've been doing this
We
for
filled up our hands.
it's our 2.5 month anniversary.
I did like the idea. I'm just gonna flash our ideas out in front of everybody. I like
Yeah.
the live pod idea.
Yeah.
I like
A
that.
Yeah.
live pod would be really fun.
Live shows, they're a staple of potting.
Is that a next season type of deal though? Do we really take our new ideas and revamp them into season 2?
I mean,
Or do we just
I
jump
feel like we
into
just
it?
have good ideas and use them.
Okay.
Well, as far as like live shows are concerned, I think you could sprinkle those in season to season.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe
in
milestone.
between.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My
Um,
thing
Vince.
I think also is like we're gonna do this live. Interacting with chat, we would have to consider because like no, but also like if there's a good point, it'd be like, you know,
We'll
Yeah.
also like take questions or
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
take responses.
We would
And
definitely.
Stories.
I was gonna say I've watched a podcast like recorded live. It can work, you know. Like
I've seen a few.
like there's a right amount of like chat interaction that can occur there.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention that like as we grow, it'd be cool to take viewer questions on things. You know, not a hot takes thing, but just like if
Oh, for sure.
our audience has something they specifically want to ask us, and you know that we could discuss a little bit.
We
Yeah.
could definitely open up a less heat focused
Yeah,
questionnaire in the Discord at some point.
we're not looking for zingers.
Yeah,
We're-
don't zing us, but if you just say
if there's
something. Ask us
something
I
you-
have a
you-
feeling it'll
on
still
your
be
mind.
zingers.
There's something on your mind.
It's understandable.
Yeah, that was just kind of what I was like. And then it would just be the VOD. We could just export the VOD straight from Twitch
True.
right to YouTube.
Big true. Stay tuned for that.
Tell us how you feel in the
Yeah.
comments.
Dedicated
us
Good
a
spot,
like.
idea? Bad
you
idea?
know?
Misogynist idea?
Oh, maybe.
Can I just apology video right now for even bringing that up, going there, making a joke about it? It's already gone way too far.
My
Oh,
reaction
God.
to it, I want to explain, was I had just like done a deep dive into this hole of like examining problematic like pop culture tropes like toxic masculinity, various misogyny in the various forms it takes. So I was just in that headspace already, and then you like said it, and it just scratched at like at that spot, and I was like, wait, no, it's not though. And it wasn't me just like, shut up, woman. It was me just like, but like, no, there's no problem.
But the game was giving a woman a hard time, and therefore they hate women. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I wanted to explain. It was. I would not have reacted that way if I literally hadn't been coming straight out of like just a deep dive into. If you guys want to know, the YouTube channel was Pop Culture Detective Agency. I recommend it. It's a fascinating channel.
What a name.
Yeah.
It's a real issue. Misogyny in pop culture. We should all be aware of it. No, Tyler's Mario Maker level was not hateful towards women. Neither is the
Roy.
character Roy. Well, you know, it's up for debate.
However,
We've really got no details in either direction. So
we do have
let's get that
details.
detective agency on Roy.
That's true. We need to put them onto it.
Let's get his voting records.
We do have directions on where Alex sits, where we just bash women on the podcast.
Strangely hypercritical.
No, I will say, like, I feel like I'm a little too quick to qualify. Like, I don't hate women when I'm criticizing a woman because I want to not criticize any women. I want to only uplift women, but I do find myself criticizing things, and I've told Patrick this, in women that I've noticed in myself, and I'm like quick to be like, I hate that, like, don't do that. These are things that I've done like when I was like 17, and I want you to be better than that. Like, don't be that way, you know,
For
like,
sure.
I don't know. It's a self-hate. Don't worry.
Well, I don't even see it as like a self-hate, but we're
No,
most
yeah, I know.
critical of our own, right? Like every time I see
Exactly.
some dumbass white boy do something, I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
fuck
Don't
you.
represent me that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Well, I think in most of our cases, it's less about being like a dumbass white boy or being a woman and just being like, you're stupid. Like,
Oh yeah, it's very individual. Like, you're doing a dumb thing.
Though I do feel like I hate pompous white boys, maybe more than others. And that's not a favorite class of person, but man, do I
right.
sure do hate them. Because you
Yeah.
see yourself in things. You go, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Control that. Yeah, figure that one out.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
What an opener, huh? We're just gonna open this episode right up with misogyny.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do here.
Yeah. So we could lighten it up a little before we dive back into some more just full on heavy stuff.
I'm sure something will be misogynistic.
Yeah.
We've got something, I'm sure.
We got a new trailer for Lord of the Rings Gollum. And it was like 50 seconds long, and one of the first things you said to me, Remy, was, "Oh, this is a stealth game." Because like that's the thing, is like stealth games usually don't go over well. And yeah, my response was it had to be. You can't make an action Gollum game. You cannot.
true.
A hack and slash Gollum game.
That would be just the worst. This game is going to be a game that you play for the story it tells and not for the gameplay, I think.
I
You
agree.
know when you start a new game, like a new adventure game, and your character is just like born into the world in whatever way they're introducing the story, and you don't have any of your weapons, and you're walking on, you feel really neutered, and you're hiding from things, and it just feels like, man, when do I get to do something? When do I get my weapon? When do I get to like get proactive? It looks like, just based on the trailer, it looks like the entire game is that portion of every other game.
Yeah. You know, what power-ups could they possibly give
What is Gollum gonna do?
to make it feel
Double jump.
make you feel stronger? Yeah, double jump.
It's like if we go by the pure metric that is fishing makes good video game, there has to be fishing in this game.
Yeah, you just like reach in and grab a fish and hop,
Gotta
hop,
dive
hop.
straight into the water. Yeah, it counts.
But yeah, it's not a gamer's game, you know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying? You hate that you know what I'm saying.
I do. I hate it.
I want to say it's interesting that Lord of the Rings hasn't been tapped into like we've seen Star Wars, and I know a big part of that Star Wars was bought by Disney. But yeah, there's been a good handful of games of Lord of the Rings, but I don't know, it's almost refreshing that it hasn't been done to death.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't particularly care about this upcoming title.
Pretty sure that Tolkien's family holds those rights like pretty tightly, and from what I've heard, I don't know if this is true of the entire family, but there's been a vocal few that are really critical of the Peter Jackson movies. Even they thought they were a disservice to
even
Tolkien's work.
Even the originals.
Yeah, those specifically. I mean, not even The Hobbit, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Dang.
A lot of his family has been like, this is not what he would have wanted, you know? Even though they're, like, to us, beautiful movies, beautiful tribute books, but yeah.
We would have included everything.
Right? Yeah.
It would have been a 60-hour movie.
Everyone needs to be speaking Elvish the entire time.
Well, like, I wouldn't want to make Lord of the Rings anything after the Peter Jackson movies. It's like, I will never make
Oh.
anything that's as good as these.
Yeah.
Right?
Where do we go from here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Except The Hobbit.
Except The Hobbit.
We go on to
Backwards.
make Peter Jackson's Hobbit flops.
But yeah, they haven't depicted I mean, was it the Silmarillion? Am I saying that right? You guys
think
know what I'm
so.
talking about, right? Like,
I do, yeah.
There's a lot of like big events in that you know they haven't bothered trying to depict, and you're probably right. It has a lot to do with the family that holds the rights to it. Not just saying, nah, you don't get to touch that. Nobody touches that. You can look,
No touch.
but no touch.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not. I'm excited I'm excited to read the plot. I'm not excited to play the game.
Well, to like
I can't
watch
wait to
someone
watch
stream it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch the highlights. Like I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm not
Not
buying a
lurking the whole
PS5
stream.
for this game.
I don't know if I like the streamer enough. Yeah, I'll watch the whole thing.
You say if someone goofy enough
would take
plays it can all be fun.
It's like 2 streamers I would watch play that.
Yeah.
No
And
shout outs
there's-
on the pod.
And there's 3 streamers here, so
Yeah, one of y'all. I'm not checking that out, Gibb.
But I'm the only one that's played Lord of the Rings on stream, dude.
How do you think I know what I know?
Let go. Disqualified.
Got Lego.
Auditioned and
Family
not
said,
selected.
never again, Gibb.
Yeah.
Tolkien's family saw that stream. They were like, no, this is not what we want for this work.
Tolkien's family was definitely pissed about the Lego games. For sure. I'm mad
I'm
about the
sure.
Lego games.
They were really bad.
And I
like the
recommend it.
Legos games.
Yeah. It's terrible and I recommend it to everyone.
Gandalf was in the Lego movie too, right? He was
Yep.
he was a fairly important character, I think. So I guess Lego got that deal, and they're like, nah, we still get them from this many appearances.
Keep them coming.
The
Yeah,
parents
you'll
will
get
love
back
this.
Just a couple of little news tidbits. Graphic cards prices only go up. You know, it's just woo. We're expected to just like be charged more and more for them as they the chip shortage just continues.
Thank God
So-
I'm set.
Yeah, if you're looking to build a PC, sorry, it's not the time.
If you're looking to build a PC and run games at 1080, 60 FPS, get yourself a GTX 1080 and you'll be set.
Yeah.
Promise you. But don't expect
Yay.
anything better than that.
It's hard to buy anything right now, honestly, though.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you, Gibb, I it's stimulus season.
Stimmies.
I want a new guitar processor. I'm shopping for Axe FX 3. I've got a huge list of used ones. I'm like, damn, look at all these good prices. Look at all these great deals. They were there yesterday. Every single one is gone. Like it was like 15 options. Like, okay, well, yeah, I'll pick one later. Come back today. Not a single option left. Stimmy hit hard. Everyone went, I know what I'm doing. Axe FX.
Yeah.
Or I'm sure you're already aware of this, J-Pat, but would Beef or Gibb, would you like to take a guess as to when a Trek mountain bike might be available for purchase?
I have no idea.
2023.
No, but that's a pretty good guess. The mountain. I was doing a little shopping for mountain bikes. It's like, man, it'd be fun to have a mountain bike again. I don't want to ride on the road and get hit by a car. That won't happen on a mountain bike. I'll still get hurt, but it won't be a car. I was looking the mountain bikes that I would consider purchasing. It's like Oh yeah, we might have those October of 2022.
Ugh.
Okay.
I guess
Pre-order.
I guess I'll pick up a different hobby. I'll find
We'll circle
Muck
back.
bikes. Or go like vintage or some shit.
I'll join a gym. I don't know. Like,
We're gonna
Stationary
get
bike sounds great.
a free brand new treadmill in the next couple days.
That's
Very
true.
excited
Shouts
Hell
out
yeah.
Storm. Thank you
Big
for
shout out,
that.
Storm.
very nice.
Thanks
Very
for moving and not being able to take your treadmill. Your brand new treadmill.
Brand new. He said he
bought that
hasn't
thing.
run on it. He's not used
He's-
it. This is a brand new
It's
treadmill.
literally brand new.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for you.
So the big two at the BAFTA, the BAFTA awards for games. There were two big winners
Seeing
in
some sweeps.
in Hades, which was
Woo!
our Hades representation here.
They deserve every one of them.
They took a bunch.
They
They
just swept
took
it.
artistic achievement,
Mhm.
best game,
Yup.
Best
game design.
Yup.
They took narrative,
For those in the back.
performer in a supporting role. It seems like one guy did all of the male voices.
Yeah.
Look at you, Logan. Good job,
Yeah,
Logan.
Logan.
He nailed it. And yeah, that was like a good third of the awards that Hades
Well-
took.
They loved it. They loved it, and so do I. And I love them for that.
But one thing that we, wouldn't see in the Steam Awards, that took quite a few was Animal Crossing.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
kind of surprised it took best multiplayer.
But
I can see the argument. It
Yeah.
I
has
can,
like
yeah.
a constantly engaged online player base. Whether
For
they're
sure.
actually on the game or not, they're sharing codes and jumping out
Oh,
and
yeah.
visiting islands. It's pretty constant. I could see
It's kind of like a new form of multiplayer because the actual like in island multiplayer interaction is pretty minimal and a little like annoying to do, but like all of the sharing and moving and all of that is very neat.
They got
Yeah.
people operating an entire vegetable-based stock market on Twitter.
That's true. That's
it's
true.
something.
It's
And in
interesting-
apps and stuff.
It's interesting y'all mention that because one of the categories it won is game beyond entertainment. Like it's that that's one of the things they recognize that's amazing about Animal Crossing. It's I gave y'all I think a figure last week or so. It's what was it? One in 3 Switch owners in Europe owns Animal Crossing or something like that. It's estimated. It might not be quite that extreme, but it's a lot.
It's a hit.
Yeah, it's
like
a
the
certified
Switch game
classic.
to own. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you got a Switch and you don't got Animal Crossing, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm not going to play it. That's
What
all.
the fuck are you what the fuck are you doing?
I'm not going to do
What's
it.
wrong with you?
It's not for me.
No,
No,
it's
I
not.
can see
I can't
that.
focus on it either.
Hades.
In place of Animal Crossing, I play Wii U ports. I'm sorry. I
Felt a little pointed.
No, I played the shit out of Breath of the Wild, so
I'm currently doing that now as well.
yeah.
Alex, is Andy still behind you?
Yeah.
I just saw him.
Can you scoot aside and can we direct some shame energy at my dog for a moment?
Yeah,
What'd he do?
let's shame this boy.
I look out, I hear him let out a yelp. Go ahead and tell
What'd
him.
he do?
He says, Andy. I look out my window. He lets out a little yelp. I can tell it's one of those like "Don't touch what I have, Mara" type energies. I'm like, oh, good lord! I look at my window and it's a whole bird in his mouth. How did you get a
Just
bird,
holds it.
dickhead?
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Spring.
But
bird.
It's spring. That's a bird that's learning to fly.
it was a
No,
full
it was
grown
a
bird.
grown-ass
Grown.
bird.
bird.
My theory is
mother.
that one of our neighborhood cats killed it, and Andy chased him off or some shit. Like it was killed. It was a it's a fresh looking bird. It didn't look like it was one of those like rotting dead birds. And I know that Andy didn't just go catch that bird.
Oh, wait,
His
Andy
dog
caught the
can't
bird.
catch a
Can you
flying
imagine?
bird. But we we walk out there and he's got it in his mouth, and we're just like, Andy, drop it. And he's like,
Bird.
and then we're like, Andy, drop it. And he's like, huh. And then he's like, like
Just
spitting
spitting
out
feathers
feathers. And shit.
Damn it.
God damn it. Just like sitting there with a bird in his mouth. You asshole. No, you fucking dead
You
bird.
could tell he had
now.
no idea what to do with it. Why do you even have
Yeah, I
that?
know. Well,
Put it
now,
back.
like, instincts kick in. You have to grab the dead animal. But what
Change.
next? What next?
Have you seen that
Hold it.
that video of the pit bull and that bird on the fence? Oh,
No.
it's so good. There's this bird sitting on like a chain link fence, and this pit bull comes up and puts his two front paws on the fence. And it's just like sniffing this bird. And it's like, oh, that's nice. It's like, bam, just like gone. Like this bird is gone. Just like got him. It was like,
R.I.P.
Wow.
yeah, right.
Circle of life.
I guess.
I mean, the dogs aren't very skilled, but they've caught a squirrel before. And they've caught like baby possums and stuff. And I'm just glad that this one doesn't appear to be a caught situation, because when they get caught, there's more like blood involved. And this was just, you know, a whole bird that didn't seem to be, you know, chomped.
Yeah.
Super gross, super fucking gross. But yeah.
YouTube has been trying to recommend to me this channel that is this. It's a guy with, or a couple people that have working dogs that they use to catch rats, and they'll just like they'll get hired to go out to like a pheasant farm or something like that, and it's like they just dig the rats up, and as they scurry out and try to get away, the dogs just like chase them down. It's really brutal, and I don't know why it keeps recommending it to me.
You clicked it once, and it was like, you like that shit, huh?
It's like I watched a lion hunt an animal once, and now it's like, you want to see these dogs catch these rats? And
Kind of.
I was like,
No.
yes. Oh, okay, that's good. But now it's like, you liked it. Here's another. No. Oh,
I can't watch this. Oh,
exactly. Oh, that rat thought it got away. Oh no.
Do y'all ever listen to like the playlists that Spotify makes for you?
yes.
Occasionally.
I do a lot. And in a similar vein, like, it thinks that I've got a taste for an artist that I do not like, and I cannot convince the algorithm that I do not like them. So Spotify, if you're listening to me, stop suggesting me Ace Hood. Thank you. Thank you.
You get
All
him
you
out
Tired
of
of
it.
it.
All
Tired
your
of
phone
it.
heard was Ace Hood, and it's already
Right?
screwed it
Let's
up.
go.
It's
Ooh.
like,
Ace Hood.
More about Ace Hood again?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You're gonna love
Like,
this.
if our phones are going to spy on us on that level, at least like get inflections. At least take context as well.
Pick
I'm
up
not
the
saying Ace Hood
tone.
nicely.
Mhm.
God damn it.
But you could be saying it with that inflection and be like really amped about it. Be like, have you guys heard Ace Hood?
Ace Hood.
So glad my phone can't hear y'all.
Yeah, but your computer can.
Fuck.
Mm.
Ace
Google.
Hood.
Are you
Google,
logged
put it
in?
down. Google, you put that down right now.
Drop it. Drop it.
Ace Hood? No.
Now your phone heard you. Ah, it worked.
It's too late.
We got you to say it instead of us.
R.I.P. Jessica Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the time of
A
the
fucking June.
Have y'all seen like old school pictures of her, like 1960s, when she actually started acting? Which,
As of today,
Yeah.
yes.
They've
Yeah.
been going around, yeah.
wasn't really aware, because I don't know, like looking at her IMDb page, most of this is like nothing I would ever have watched. But until Arrested Development and Archer, and that's what I know her for.
Yep.
And those are pretty iconic roles, I think, even if they are sort of
Yeah.
just the same role in one live action, one animated, right? But great nonetheless.
I
Great.
mean, all the best actors kind of just have the one character that's like, wow,
'Cause
that
they
one.
nail it, right? That's what you know them for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I realized after I sent the GIF from Archer that if you haven't seen Archer, I just look like a huge asshole because it was like rip her, and then it was like Archer being like, "That's just classic her."
Classic her.
Now I've seen enough Archer to know their relationship at least. So
Considering
She played that character. We all
well,
knew.
Lucille is the same, huh?
just knowing our Discord demographic, they know.
Safe.
I just want to be sure no one thinks I'm really happy about her being dead.
Oh,
So
God.
we're all in the loop here.
I mean, did you see the one that one of our chatters posted and deleted? Because that would happen.
If it was deleted, I missed it.
Someone posted and deleted fairly quickly. It was just her in Arrested Development saying, "Look what the homosexuals have done to me."
Hilarious. Oh.
Well, that was like
first episode of that show too, where it's like one of her opening lines. We were just meeting her, and that's the tone she said.
that was one of my friends sent one. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, it was a similar like immigrants. That's how they do, you know, just drive around listening to raps and shooting all the jobs.
Jesus Christ.
I was watching a compilation on YouTube, just like her, like a best of Lucille, and it's a lot of quotes like that where it's just like, I love this character. She's awful. She's the worst.
She's the worst.
None of these are quotes though that you can post in response.
And just say these things.
Like, yeah, remember when she said this? That was great, right? Like, yeah, it was funny like, in the context, but like,
oh God, yeah.
Just taking it out, putting it there, you know.
Well, just like the phrase itself, like, ooh, it's a little hard to just laugh at like the line when it's not delivered by like a kind of racist, shitty old woman. The one that I saw going around was they were at this like, you know, little shitty restaurant where they were just like, you can seat yourself, and she's like, this does not bode well. And then they like seat, and they were like, would you like the plate or the platter? And she's like, I do not understand that question, and I will not respond to it. Aw. R.I.P. Lucille, Jessica. The honestly best part of that show. She's the best character. Besides maybe Job, but you know. You mentioned the Reddit admin scandal.
Yeah. Let me pull up the context because someone I know screenshotted TLDR, and they screenshotted it because they knew it would get deleted. So, Reddit recently hired a new admin, Amy Challoner, I'm going to say is her last name. And she is a former UK politician for the Green Party. Her father, after being arrested and charged for rape and child abuse, ended up on her campaign where she filled out forms to get him on the campaign with a fake name. So that got found out, and she's no longer a politician. Her husband, get this, is an open pedophile. All right? He posts erotic fiction about children with his own name.
I heard that he's like talking about like, I dream of children doing this and that.
Yeah. Don't
stop.
Yeah. Don't do that. It's not okay.
There's a lot of things I want you to stop doing.
So then, her being trans, a lot of things that got directed her way because of these things were considered things like just being associated with the hard right or by TERF or whatever. Because it's like, oh, you're just picking on her because she's trans. No, actually, it's about being totally okay with pedophiles is the issue here.
This is a character attack. This is you.
So
we hate you for you.
Done.
So, someone posted in a subreddit for UK politics about all of this, and it was very quickly removed for witch hunting, and obviously being so close to UK politics, as well as being a Reddit admin, it was a nice little intersection crossroads for her to come up. But very quickly, word spread of mentioning her name whatsoever getting you banned on Reddit. And so
Well,
people
what I know about that article was she was just mentioned in it. This wasn't even an article about her that got taken down, but
Yeah,
because she was mentioned, they just like boop pulled it.
Yeah, as long as you said Amy Challoner, you were gone. That was it. So people in like out of the loop subreddits and stuff like that would post being like, "Hey, what's going on with this?" and it would be shut down right away. So then it was like, "Oh, so you don't want people to know what you're doing at all." And it's not even witch hunting at that point. You're just saying her name and then oops, bye-bye, right? Like they were saying that
burn the witch.
This is saying that these posts included personal information, and some of it was automated and not manual. So I guess they were just like, all right, it's easier just now to just put her name into automod and ban everything. And that's just not the way to do it.
It's a bad look.
Yeah.
I'd been thinking about getting Reddit off my phone anyway.
There you go.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's a fucking cesspool.
But
what am I doing wasting my time on there?
Yeah, I don't use it on my phone anymore. I did that. I mean, I'm not that much more productive, but it's nice to not be on Reddit.
Yeah.
Didn't really help me, but
it did a little, but like, I'm still distractible.
I'm still drowning, but at least that's gone.
I'll always find a reason to be distracted. It's not Reddit's fault.
Yeah. But she has since been fired. Whoa. Thank God.
It's an odd thing because when I first read about it, I didn't know the husband portion. And this was just about the father thing. And I was like, this is a little weird, right? Like, people have all sorts of complicated relationships with like family members who did horrible shit, right? Like, it's a really weird line to tread where like, people love their family no matter what. But obviously what he did was fucking horrific. But then like knowing that her husband also like openly does this stuff it's like it's also weird because it's all this association shit, right? Like it's not her that did any of these things. So like reading about it, I was like almost sympathetic at first. Like, does she deserve to be brigaded for other people's actions? But it does seem like she's very decidedly like approved of these people.
Yeah, it's very easy to not marry a pedophile.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Condemn actions of like that.
Well, and if you marry someone, you're absolutely associated with their actions, and you're not necessarily responsible for them, but you are complicit. If at least if they're being open about it. Obviously people do shitty things you'll never know about, but
right.
Yeah.
If you're writing erotic fiction about children, nope.
I'm not doing that.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm out.
No. Jesus Christ.
Back to hell, beast.
Oh, beast. Fuck you, Amy.
Yeah, come on. Just
and it's an Amy too, huh?
Get your shit together.
Is it AIME? It's like an Amy?
Oh wow. Yeah. Even less odds of
as in someone who's being aimed at. An Amy.
The Amy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Never thought of it that way.
I didn't either until right now.
Well, that's awful.
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
I hate every inch of that.
I feel like
and like the banning was all being framed as brigading, right? But like then when they fired her, they were like, we had no knowledge of this stuff. Like they tried to be very,
like
we didn't know
cover up our mess.
this way.
Yeah.
Right. we did not realize. And it's like, isn't that what she was let go for? Or like
Is there not
kicked
a
out of politics
review?
for? Like, this is public knowledge at this point.
Yeah.
So if I were to just apply for a job at Reddit, would I just like find myself hired? Like you guys aren't going to check to make sure if I'm actually qualified for the position I apply for? Because I'm about to send in a couple of resumes.
It's one of those places you just show up and start working.
Yeah, you start working
Yeah.
and then like 2 weeks later you say, hey, I haven't gotten paid yet, and they correct it for you.
You,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
just
what was your salary
How'd
again?
we win?
you just walk in and give the boss man a firm handshake, and you've
Look
got a
in the
job.
eye.
Look him in the eye and get to work. Sure. To Reddit
Alright,
I go.
dude. Yeah.
Man, I've been looking for the fast track to success, and it was on Reddit the whole time. I should have known.
Wow. I really hate all of that. I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything about it. I wasn't following it at all.
He's
No,
bad.
No,
It's
it was a
really
very
shitty.
short
Yeah.
arc. It was
Yeah.
like
It was quick. Yeah.
yesterday, and now she's fired immediately.
I feel like it would that was the thing I started like over browsing last night as I was trying to fall asleep. And then the night before it was the guy who found shrimp tails in his cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah.
Shrimp tails.
Yuck.
It's like a fun
And the-
saga on its own, and then you find out that's Topanga's husband.
Topanga's
What?
husband.
Are you kidding me?
Of
This
all
timeline
people.
is fucked up.
And he used to be like a rapper, and I forgot what his name was, but that was trending too, like Lil Carl or some shit. I don't remember what it was.
Carl.
Carl.
If we're talking just about like kind of meme news lately, have you guys looked at the Suez Canal, if I'm pronouncing that right?
I did hear something about someone Tokyo drifting into the Suez Canal and blocking the entire thing.
They got a ship just wedged in there, like one end on this side and the other end this way, and they can't even dig that sucker out. He's just there, right? I found out because someone posted like the video of Austin Powers trying to turn the cart around in a corridor, right? And it's like the Suez Canal right now, and he's just like checks behind him, backs up, puts it forward, boom.
It take days, even weeks to free. Wow.
Yeah. Do you guys have you now that you're looking at it, are you seeing figures for how much it's costing in international?
Oh, not yet.
Now
I am.
throw out a number.
Oh fuck.
The
I'm sure
number
it's
is
costing millions of
astronomical.
dollars, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a light statement. That's millions of dollars, like every couple of minutes.
400 million an hour.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Days, even weeks, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
God, we're bad at everything.
Oh, that poor whoever accidentally did that is just I'd be contemplating suicide, absolutely. Like you could get nobody can find out who I am.
Now, I have no knowledge if they were or weren't, but man, if they were drunk, if it came out that they were drunk, it would not surprise me in the slightest. It just
Oh my god. No, that's
If it's anything less than a mechanical failure, they're never getting another job in their entire life.
they're done.
No.
And it turns out it was Topanga's husband.
So just, walk in, start working for Reddit, no problem.
He was driving the boat. He was like, damn, I need some cereal. Poured it out, saw shrimp tails, and went, fuck, what is this?
Ew.
Veered the boat, crashed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's got to walk
He was
into
too
Reddit.
busy taking pictures. First the shrimp tails, now this.
You'll notice the last picture taken was a very shaky photo, as if someone had just crashed into the side of a canal.
What's the name of the boat? Like the Ever Given or
Yeah, I think it's Evergreen, and there's some great memes coming from it right now.
The world is in shambles right now.
oh, what's
And
going on?
It's all bad.
Anybody got any good news?
I'm looking at trending on Twitter. It says, in quotes, "fucking weirdos." Pilot on hot mic goes on rant against the Bay Area. So, more bad news, I guess.
Fucking weirdos.
And you imagine being in a plane and you're just like,
Oh, wait, the Bay Area. So they're probably flying into San Francisco
Or
I don't know.
out of is probably worse.
You know what airline that probably makes them? Just realistically, like highest chance airline. Take a guess.
Southwest.
No,
United.
United.
Never did one.
It raises the chances significantly of it being United.
It was Southwest.
Oh, wow, damn. It was funny.
Oh.
That's so good because I know that they're just having that conversation every single time and they just got really unlucky.
Yep.
They finally left the intercom on. Can you imagine you're like checking the safety information or something and then just like, man, fucking weirdos in the Bay.
I don't know. I'd be like, you know what? True.
You right?
True.
All of these things are calling it an expletive heavy rant about like liberals in the Bay Area. Oop. Oh wait, here's a longer quote. Fucking weirdos, probably driving around in fucking Hyundais, fucking roads and shit that goes slow as fuck. You don't have the balls unless you're fucking rolling coal, man. God damn it.
Wow.
Okay,
I like
sure.
that that's not really offensive to a lot of people. Like,
But-
who's that
It does.
directed at? Apparently people in the Bay Area.
And Hyundai owners.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Ooh, better be rolling coal, god damn it.
Fuck the people that roll coal.
Yeah, who does that?
Assholes do that.
Assholes.
Assholes do that.
Like, I don't drive a
He's probably trying to
Hyundai, but I'm not gonna do that shit.
find a way to roll coal in this plane. You guys just have to deal with it.
Fucking weirdos.
We're doing great as a
Fucking
team.
weirdo.
It's okay. We're almost done.
Yeah. We've
Runs
almost
about over.
run our course.
We're gonna hit a nice little reset pretty soon.
Yeah.
On what? Wait, I missed something.
The
that
human
was,
race.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're doing,
The end is
we're doing Great
nigh.
Species. It doesn't matter. The run's almost over.
Yeah.
True.
Monkeys
Clock
are up
winding
next.
down in the fourth quarter. We're out of here.
Yeah,
We're in the end game. Yeah.
monkeys are up next. Here, I was watching a nature video on YouTube.
Of dogs killing rats.
No, not that one. Not that one. This one was about baboons and lions. And there's this watering hole. I can't remember where we were. I think we were in Tanzania, in like a national park. There's like a watering hole that like has water, like permanent watering hole. So it's just a good place to be if you're an animal. And baboons normally prey to lions have somehow formed an alliance with the local lions. So apparently animals count on baboons making a big racket when lions are around, and that's how they know, oh, we should just we got to get the fuck out of here. This not safe. These baboons don't make noise when lions are around. So they've stopped making noise, so the lions don't hunt these baboons. Baboons stay quiet. Prey show up all the time. They see baboons hanging out on the ground, just like chilling, watching them. These baboons sit around and watch, and then like they just let lions sneak up on these animals and consume them.
They're becoming human.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like these baboons are domesticating lions.
It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Now we have pugs. You know, we fucked up somewhere because we're gonna have baboons on lions soon.
You just see some lion like snout deep in the abdomen of some like antelope, and then just like the baboon like, really great job, buddy. This is awesome.
Just give him a little
You're
pat.
doing so well.
You're not gonna be hungry for
You're killing
days. No, but yeah, they're legit. Just like it almost looks like they're watching the hunt happen when it does. They're just like chilling on the ground as a family, the baboons, and the animals like, all right, it's cool to go down to the water. And then the lioness just sneaks up on him and boom, dead, whatever.
Just
was like,
Trail.
We got another one. Check it out. Oh.
I think it's gonna get that one. That one looks young.
I got $5 on the left one. I'm just picturing it like some like golf commentary, like, and we've got Terry coming in here from the southwest. Now there's 3 antelope on the ground here. Which one will he go for? Ooh, that one's not going to do well.
The buck has positioned itself well. It's probably going to get away like it always does.
Now when those baboons start politely clapping,
Yeah,
Oh my
very
God.
good.
we're
one.
fucked.
Yeah, that's the real sign that it's over.
Or when the lions start like carrying their like kills right over to the baboons and dropping it or some shit, like
Here you go.
fully trained.
We know you can't
Drop it.
get
Drop it.
yourself.
Yeah, just like hit him on the snout, like stop. It's mine
Drop
now.
it. Where'd you get that bird?
Like a newspaper. Oh God, they have print.
Oh, they've invented the printing press. What? Quite a jump in technology.
I've seen it in Civ all the time.
Stone to printed word,
Went directly from stone axes to printing presses. What on earth?
I haven't even built houses yet.
That's what
It's
happens.
just out
when
here
you-
in the open.
What happens when you focus a tech? You're just like, I need printing now.
Watering hole, printing press.
Yeah.
That's like, isn't the printing press considered like the most important invention ever of all time?
It's one of
Yeah.
them for sure.
Because like it made people realize that they couldn't read, and then we got like glasses, which then became like telescopes, which and so on and so on and so on.
The idea of people realizing that they can't read, they're like walking down the street one day and like, oh look, a new bookstore, and they stare at it for a while and they go, I can't read.
For some reason, it's not funny, but it is funny when like someone just tells you I can't read. Like it's always such like and like I don't mean that in the context of adults. Like I was talking to my younger sister who's like a child, and I was like I like pointed to something like, yeah, this, and she was like, I can't read. And I was like, like, of course you can't. You're a child. But just hearing someone like who walks, talks, like acts like a regular ass human, just being like, I can't read. It's just, I don't know. It's just like, ooh. Oh. No. Well,
It's time to
beyond
be-
like the like glasses and stuff, like just the spread of information, like
Yeah.
and the way that the powers that be could no longer stop that spread of information. Like it led to splitting of churches, it led to government collapses, like
It led to
Harvard Deep Press did a
capitalism
lot.
changing the way that America spells things forever.
It's true. Fuck a you. Who needs them?
We're gonna
I didn't
drop
know
that
what was it. It was the word mold the other day that I realized. I've never realized that word would be spelled with a U. MOLD for us, but someone spelled it mold.
Well, they're 2 different
No.
words.
Oh.
One of them's like moldy, and the other one's like
Yeah.
a mold that you make things from.
Look,
Do we have both of those? Am I just stupid?
America can't read Gibb. You're giving us too much too quick. Okay.
We don't
I can't
recognize
read.
U's.
If we can drop a vowel from the word, we are going to drop that vowel. We
That's
don't
an
need
extra
it.
10 cents per word.
It's
We
not-
tried on school, but the CH just stuck around.
Now I'm wondering, is mold with a U just the way you spelled that word? And I've just
I don't know. I'm American.
you don't know. I
American.
can't read, dude.
So
I
So
flashing lights.
it seems interchangeable. So
yeah, it is like we do drop the U over here. You're not wrong about that.
Okay. Good,
didn't-
good.
Need it.
We don't keep if there's an OU in America, we did not keep it.
Don't need it.
Period.
Even though it looks better, I like the way the word looks. It does seem unnecessary as far as pronunciation is concerned. Honor, color.
Real un-American right now.
What? No, I'm saying I'm agreeing with America here.
I'm sorry.
That's very un-American of you.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. It's a little above my head. I can't read. Okay.
Fair. Damn, now I hate women and I make fun of people who can't read.
Illiterate women out here getting smoked.
And we have a full
Fuck
clip
y'all.
in here of you roasting people from the Bay Area.
It's true. Fucking weirdos.
Beef agrees with Pilot.
No, if I could afford to live in the Bay Area, I would.
Right?
I'd drive a Hyundai if I could afford that too.
Might have to, because all of your money's going into the property that you're renting.
It's true.
Where are you parking though? You don't have room for parking. There's no parking.
Damn, can't even get a garage out there?
Mm-mm.
No.
Fuck.
No.
You're parking on the street, and that's if you
I changed my mind. I don't want to go there. I don't, even if I could afford it, I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. There's nowhere to park. Are you joking? No. I'm from Texas. I need somewhere for my car. Get out of here.
Oh, not being able to park is like it's such a life ruiner. Quality of life down.
My whole day on that shit.
You should go on a bike anyway. Cars are coffins. Welcome to the Bay.
Fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Cars are coffins. Ha ha ha. Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ride a bike one time, huh?
Yeah.
I don't have a license.
I don't have a license. I don't need it.
I don't need it.
I remember reading that people were renting parking spaces in the Bay Area instead of offices. So they would just leave their desk in this parking space and do their work in this parking space because it was cheaper than getting an office.
What a boring dystopia.
I hate this planet. God damn it.
Imagine being like, oh, come step into my office.
Meanwhile, my brother, a car collector,
in between two Hyundais,
takes up half a block in his neighborhood, is like constantly being bothered by the HOA, which is like, yeah, you're taking too much parking. What are you doing with all these vehicles?
What's wrong with you? Go get a garage somewhere.
Your brother, a car collector in California, and you just casually mention maybe he'll let us rent his house.
Yeah.
Will he? Maybe. Will he fucking let us
what's
rent
up on
his
that?
house?
Maybe.
That's a serious question for me.
I'll pull up.
It won't be in the Bay Area.
I'm fine with. I don't need
it. I don't want to be there. Fucking weirdos.
It's his second home, so I'm hoping he just doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Second home in California?
I'm good for rent, baby. Come on now.
Where's my rich brother?
He's right there.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What's good, baby?
Family.
Y'all come with me next time I go out there so that you can meet him.
Happily. I've only been to California once.
Hi, I have great job security. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
I don't, but
I'm very flexible.
Yeah,
it's true. I can get more jobs if I need them.
I'll work 3, 4, 5 jobs if you need me to.
You might not believe me, but I've had 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. How are you doing?
Costco pizzas?
Yes.
That's good value.
That's great value.
No, that's Walmart. Fuck great value.
Sorry. Whoa, I didn't realize we were pushing buttons here.
Oh. Miss Arkansas over here.
What?
Okay. Walmart's from Arkansas. So.
Oh.
Little Walmart fact for you.
I assume that sponsor Miss Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Our
top donor.
It says Walmart, and then it says Miss Arkansas on it. That was the whole. Yeah. That was the joke.
Haha, please clap.
Punchline.
I've had to explain it now. It's a bad joke.
I was like, have you seen the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix? Like the very recent one? Where he's like, here's the punchline. He goes, I do this thing where I write down punchlines and put them in a bowl. And every day I'll pick one out and try and write a joke that leads up to the punchline. And he was like, and this punchline is, and I kicked her in the pussy. And he goes on this like 4-minute bit that ends in that line. And he was like, you know how I know I'm good? Is that you guys knew the punchline and still laughed.
He does a good job of making you forget, and then by the time he comes back around, it's like, oh fuck, that's right.
I didn't know he had a new one on. But like, how new is that one?
It's not that new.
Only new relatively.
New
Okay.
to Dave Chappelle.
Post return.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is someone who has a prolifically long period of absence. So what is new, really?
Yeah.
Right. In the last year or two.
Got it.
If it came out in the last 4 years, it's new for him.
It's new for Dave, yeah.
Well, what else we got?
Well, I mean, here's what I'm thinking is we're at an hour.
Okay, cool.
And we've got the Holocaust.
Oh, that's right.
And music.
I just at Twitter thinking like maybe I'll get another like headline and I see politics trending. Jim Crow.
No. We've had a few
Holocaust? What?
heavier pods, why don't we?
Yeah, we might want to save the Holocaust for later.
Okay, well, here's the thing about the Holocaust.
Here's the thing about the Holocaust, okay?
Is that I don't have much in the way of like heavy things to say about that speech or that talk. Hot takes on the Holocaust? No, fuck no, I don't.
No, we don't like those.
No, I don't want those.
I want my takes on the Holocaust to be historical, scientific, and plain. No heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was mostly, I didn't go to, it was just a virtual, session of this Holocaust survivor talking about her, or talking about resilience through tough times, which, if anyone can speak on that, it's someone who was, in Auschwitz as a kid, and, all of the typical, and I hate saying typical, but like the stories you expect to hear from someone who went through that, right?
Yeah, I don't imagine I don't imagine a lot of the stories vary from person to person. I think they were just like, hey, so you suck and are worthless.
Yeah, well, and any day you might go to the gas chamber and they've probably lost family members and all sorts of horrific shit. And like she mentioned having to like dance for one of the camp officers in order to get a loaf of bread, which she could have just eaten for herself, but like shared with her, friends that she made there and all this. But like, I mean, lovely stories that are very like uplifting. Not that. Not a lovely story, but her talking about like she's become a like psychologist since then. She's she's got her doctorate. She's a therapist. I hate to say some of the key takeaways where she was like talking about like living your life well and how she wants to be an example for people. And she says like, I hope I can like tell people to like stay in school and young people do not smoke pot. And she just like
and I cut that shit off.
And
leave
then
meeting.
I left the call.
And she's like, it's just you need your brain. Your brain is your most powerful tool. Do not smoke pot. It's bad for your brain. As I'm like drinking a glass of wine, a little high cooking dinner. I'm just like, ooh, sorry, Edie. Dr.
I'm in the
Egert.
back like damn Edie facts.
Ooh,
This shit must suck.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. She had a lot of lovely things to say about how to live your life. But yeah, I don't have like so much to say. I caught her saying like something about, because I was cooking dinner and then I had to go eat dinner and I just was like trying to listen as much as I can, but I heard her say something about being like Christ-like and living Christ-like. And this is in a Zoom meeting full of like a Jewish congregation, like this synagogue is who invited me to this and all this. And I was like, Christ, like my ears just pinged because, I know that's not a thing for Jewish people.
I know him.
Yeah, I know Christ. As a Catholic, but and I could see, like, because it's a rabbi also asking her questions, I could see him just like, what? And she's like, because he was a very nice Jewish man, like a young Jewish man. And I was like, yeah, there
And
you
they all
go.
went,
They can claim him. Honestly, IMO, y'all have more of a right to claim him than anyone else. But just, lovely speech. I don't have a lot to say about it, but she's a wonderful, insightful woman who's done great work and is 95 and still giving, hour and a half long talks about shit, her experiences. And I think what prompted her to like write the book was that someone was like, look, we have all these male accounts of this experience. Like most of what we hear from are men who went through this, and so we really need more female voices. And I think she wrote her first book in 2017, so much later in life than you'd expect, and she's just been talking ever since. So Dr. Edith Eggert, she's written a couple books. Go check her out if you're interested. Very cool lady.
I know a lot of people.
Anyway, you guys want to hear my bong impression?
Yes.
Bong impression. Do not smoke pot.
No, I do have a bong impression.
It's a really good one.
It's a pretty good one.
Does he want to hear his bong impression?
I do. I really do.
Hope this all picks up.
Okay.
You wouldn't even know he's not ripping something back there.
Yeah.
Do not at me unless you're ready to get ripped.
The Spotify listeners are wondering if you just actually took a bong rip right now.
I did not.
As
all
far
fake.
as you know.
The bong is in another room.
On a different topic, something exciting for that I was thinking about bringing up was something exciting coming up for all of Texas is that registration for the vaccine is going to open up for all adults this Monday. And I am just so stoked for it. I cannot wait. I'm going to sign up the second it's open. Oh, no, actually, that's probably not true because the website will realistically crash.
Oh, absolutely.
The traffic. So when I am able to get in, I will sign up. So feels like finally reaching something here. And I wanted to ask Gibb, what's the status on a vaccine for you?
Yeah, that statement that you just made makes me very depressed.
No.
Where
Okay.
I'm at right now, if you're less than 75, get fucked.
Still up to 75. Dang.
75, not even like 75 and teachers and like
Oh yeah, the front line,
You've got
like
essential,
yeah, all that
you can-
stuff.
So
You can
we
get
have
it.
down to 50. It changes Monday. It'll open to all adults, but like right now it's like 50 and up, and then like essential workers and the energy sector. I want to say teachers, but man, I actually don't know.
It's definitely
Teachers are coming up
teachers.
for us.
Okay, because I was gonna say it is very likely that we were just like, no, fuck the teachers.
Yeah, right.
Teachers,
something.
well, and people who volunteer at the vaccination sites, like there's lots of ways to do it. One of which is just click the link and go, and they don't ask questions; they just stick you there. And I feel really bad saying it like that, but I saw lots of young people in that line.
Because that was the essential workers rollout.
Ooh, well, you're that, and I'm your wife, so
Right.
You sent me the link.
Facts.
I was joking that I should have claimed to be like a caregiver to my parents. Who
I mean, you are,
In
in a way.
There is the lie.
in a way,
When it snows, you go out looking for food.
gas and all that stuff. Yes.
That's caregiving.
Yeah.
You've given care.
But we didn't think of it at the time, so now it's too
Dodo
late.
head.
That's fine. I can get the vaccine soon. Feels like
That's
in the next couple of weeks I will be able to.
I will be fully vaccinated in about 2.5 weeks.
Nice.
I think it's in. Oh, it's in 2.5 weeks.
Then we're gonna get this motherfucking party started.
My father is currently overseas,
Oh.
and by his work, he's being offered the chance to get the Sputnik vaccine,
What?
which he is not going to get.
What?
Apparently, it's the Russian.
Oh, it's called Sputnik?
The company who made
I
it is.
love that. They couldn't have picked anything less Russian than
They were
Sputnik.
just like, let's just keep
Yeah.
naming our shit Sputnik. New Russian technology, it's Sputnik.
I don't think anybody's new about it. The vaccine's not named Sputnik. The
Oh,
company
it's like
that produced the vaccine is Sputnik.
Okay.
Did they
It's
also
not like
do
the vaccine is
space
called
travel?
Pfizer. What's that?
Did they
Oh,
also
boy.
do the space travel?
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
not Russian. I just
Well,
know that the
you
Russian
knew.
vaccine is
That's
produced
wh-
by a company called Sputnik. I don't know.
right now.
I just know that my dad went, no. I no, thank you. I'll get it at home.
Oh, Mara's
Which
stretching.
I don't blame him for necessarily, but
Uh,
it's
Yeah,
all the same, isn't it?
you can get packages to fly and go get vaccines. I know a guy who worked for Air Transat, and he was like, "Yeah, you can like fly to India right now and buy a package where you can just stay in a hotel for the entire quarantine period and come back."
Oh,
So you just like
Interesting.
buy a plane ticket, go out there, get the vaccine, stay in a hotel, fly home, you're
Yeah.
good to go. It's like,
Hmm.
damn.
well, if you have to wait till November, that's a little more appealing.
I'm going.
Good luck.
Yeah, right. If I have to wait a little bit longer for a free one than one that's probably like, 15 grand, I'll do that.
Couldn't be
I'll wait.
me. That's not what I mean. It's free here.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying going to fly out to go get
Yeah,
it.
that's an expensive vaccine. That's for
you
sure.
can wait
Yeah.
6 months,
Yeah, probably somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
7, 8 months.
Big epic. Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy. I wonder, I mean, like maybe because it's a little more systematic, like because they're trying to get everyone covered and and you know that in the United States there's going to be a lot of people who are like, I'm not getting that shit, and
There
like
already are. They're
Oh,
already.
yeah.
oh, exactly. Well, and like my company's already kind of debating whether or not it's going to be required for people who come back. Like they're like, are we going to be able to enforce that? Is that legal? And they're looking into it and all that. And like some people are like, we shouldn't do that. Like we shouldn't enforce it. That's like, fucked up kind of thing. But
No, it's not.
it's not. You need vaccination records to get into like schools and shit. Like why wouldn't I
That's like when my place of work is recommending mask usage, but you don't have to, and it's like, well, why aren't you requiring it? And I've heard the argument, well, it's like you can't force people to do that. It's like, you very well can. You're a fucking place of business. You have the most rights in this country. Like,
Well, here's the thing, you can. As a company, you can. And as a smaller company like that, in a smaller like retail environment, where you only have one or two people coming in at a time, I feel like you need to, right? Like because you can.
yeah, we get really busy. Like that's
Oh, really?
yeah, like we can get really busy. The weather's amazing right now. Everybody wants to ride their clunky ass bicycle they've left in storage and is just like infested with spiders now. Yeah, that's a whole nother deal. Yeah, no, like we get really busy, and man, it's like just my luck that like I help a customer that's not wearing a fucking mask, and he's just like question after question about the bicycles, and it's like, man, I want to help you, but you're a dumbass. Like you're just like, and it's not, you're not a dumbass for these questions. These are normal questions. You're a dumbass because you're not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
But
would
I mean,
get
like, I know. Oh, sorry.
I would just get some guy to be in the store, like following those people, like, no, 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 It's like, shut up.
Get out.
Well,
Me when I see somebody's nose hanging out in my shop.
no.
I'm a fucking cop about that shit.
Why the
Mhm.
fuck not? You're
Right,
compromising
yeah.
me. I'm protecting you by wearing a mask. The mask does
No,
not protect me. Like
Lucky,
this is a
lucky enough to
display
be
of
in a,
my concern for others.
yeah, I'm lucky enough to be in a situation where like we are enforcing it. I can be mean to people.
Yeah.
I will say like, you're not talking to me before you pull that thing up. My
Yeah.
guy. You can get out if you want. It's nice.
Or just start
Thanks,
being
Paul.
mean. Just start being like real mean about it. Be like, hey, we gave you an excuse to hide your nose, so
Hey, I like that.
That's part of the
I'm
crazy
kidding.
thing, though. For our situation, it's like we don't have a ton of competition in our big city. Like, do you want to get your bike fixed at Sun and Ski? Like, probably not. You know? You kind of have to come to like our company and
There's a
we-
few spots, but you're right. There's not a lot of
like, yeah. I mean, there's like
like
little
neighborhood shops.
one-off,
like,
one-off shops. It's that like the turnaround time is just gonna be longer.
Yeah.
The point is like we could get away with telling them to do it, and we're just not for whatever fucking reason. So I
Well,
don't.
it sounds like the company's not framing it. Well, okay, because I heard that HEB is not enforcing masks. And
changed
for context, did they? Okay, well, originally,
They were-
HEB, a large Texas grocery store chain, said we're not going to enforce it because we can't put our employees in a position where they might have to be in those sorts of confrontations. And that felt a little more valid than we just can't tell people what to do. Like,
Yeah.
because the reality is these people who don't want to wear masks are fucking stupid assholes.
Yeah.
And stupid assholes cause weird, like, confrontational, sometimes violent scenes about this shit. And putting a 16-year-old HEB cashier in a situation where they would have to enforce that and confront people about that, I get why you'd be worried for your employees' safety.
Yes, but also just call the cops. Like the second someone gets belligerent, like you don't even have to. You're not calling them because they're not wearing a mask because that's not a law. You're
No.
calling because there's a belligerent like customer that won't fucking leave the store. So
They're not obeying your store's rules.
Yeah, it's
also not a
like,
conflict of policy, so I don't really agree with that at all. But
yeah, it's like I understand why people think of that argument, but it's like I don't think it's a
not
valid.
valid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. I don't think it's a very valid argument. I think it's paper thin and flimsy as far as arguments go.
I agree.
Well, and you said they walked it back. I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, HEB did walk it back because their employees collectively said please no.
We'll enforce it.
Yeah. And it was amazing. At the time, it was really weird hearing that because HEB, like prior to them walking back, it was amazing to hear that they weren't going to require masks, just given like HEB's like track record through like everything for the past year has been pretty good. Like it's as far as like employee happiness goes, they're ranked like one of the highest, like well above like Fortune 500 companies and stuff like that. I can't cite that right now. I'd have to go digging for where I saw that information. But yeah, it's like that's what I've seen. It's like people love working at HEB. Like they
Much like HEB, we'll walk it back next week.
Yeah. If I'm wrong, okay.
You'll hear about it.
They were one of the only early companies who were like giving their employees bonuses for working during COVID and like all sorts of they were the first grocery store I went to that really like implemented like the 6 feet thing, and they had everyone waiting in lines outside. Like they were doing a really good job. I feel like there was something else that they did really well. They were like making news about the way that we were handling things during the storm.
During the storm, they were also like, all right, if you're supposed to work during this storm, if you can't make it, we understand. I think they were still paying people for that. If you did make it, you got paid extra for that. Like it was just like, yeah, if you can't, we get it. This is fucking crazy for Texas.
Yeah. And fucking Walmart's not going to do that shit, obviously. And they're a much bigger company with way more money. And fuck them. Good. I mean, normally good for HEB. I did hear that they weren't going to enforce masks. And I was like, oh, come on, y'all. And I mean, the one that I go to always has like at least 2 or 3 police officers already there. So I'm surprised that that wouldn't already be like addressed, you know? Well, anyways.
It's always funny to hear these snowstorm stories from my perspective.
Right. It's we dealt with it, which was serious for us, but is like.
But even like the tiny things, like you're talking about during the snowstorm, where it was like, yeah, you were a caregiver because when it snowed, you went out and got food. And my mind immediately was like, you were out shoveling the snow, obviously, because, you know, that's what you do. You shovel snow off the driveway so you can get in and out of the driveway.
No.
And then it's always like,
No, there's no need for that.
or it's like they didn't expect you to show up to work because of the snow. And I'm like, yeah, they shouldn't. And I'm like, but then in my head, it's like this much snow. And like,
and for us, it's like, well, there's a patch of grass over there.
Well, and for us, it's it's our water is gone for 3 days.
There goes the power.
No, we still have power outages when it's bad and stuff like that. I haven't lost water, thank God, for anything, but there have been storms that still wipe out power and stuff like that.
It happens.
Yeah.
Storms do that. We got hail last night.
Sweet.
And then it was sunny all fucking day today. It was like in the 70s. What the fuck? Like wake up and it's just like against our windows. Like, Jesus, what is happening? It was warm yesterday. It was warm today. Texas weather is something else.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
Well, it's what's the pressure? It's like when it's warm, but then something specific. I can't remember, but hail is usually it's on warm days. It's always when it's like kind of warm. Now it's gonna hail.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's true. As a pilot,
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You would know about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
but I know that it's usually a warmer day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, Patrick, what are you listening to this week?
What am I listening to this week?
Yeah, what are you listening to?
I'm struggling this week, actually.
Really?
I keep opening up Spotify and being like, ugh. And it's just sighing and scrolling and sighing and shrugging and scrolling. I did revisit something the other day. Here, let's play the game of too much information. So I'm driving to my weed man's new house. He's moved to the south side of town, further than he did before. It's a bit of a longer drive. It's a lovely property.
Tell him where our weed man is.
The south side of it's a lot of space.
It is.
They're not going to guess.
I'm kidding. No.
But I'm, before I start driving, I'm like looking. I'm like, it's gonna be like a 30-40 minute drive. What to listen to? I landed on an old favorite, record by Manchester Orchestra called "Mean Everything to Nothing." And you know what? It went up. Still holds up. The record is very good.
Yeah.
That's all I got, though. Everything else, I've just been like shrugging and sighing. I don't know. I need something new. I don't know. I'm bored.
You're just waiting for Silk Sonic at this point.
I kind of am. I'm waiting for anything, honestly. It's just been so quiet.
No, that's not true. There's new Justin Bieber.
Yeah. No, stop it. I'm not listening to that.
I'll give it one listen. I haven't yet, but I will.
Same.
I will, but it's going to take me some time.
There are some good laughs on that one. I burst out laughing at the something about under the sheets ain't no rubbers on this planet. I'm gonna treat you like a mother. Let's make babies.
I hate that so much.
I had a full conversation on Twitter today with someone about the album. I'm not sure how much of it you saw, but I was like, this album is very okay. Like, it's better than the last one, but the last one, that's not a high bar, right? And someone was like, so you liked it? I was like, no, I said it was okay. They're like, what did you like about it? And I like told them, and they were like, yeah, I agree with that. I liked it.
Why?
They were like, I don't expect good lyrics from Justin Bieber. I just expect vibes. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So,
God. Oh God.
Sure.
Okay,
I,
because I
I can't
understand that.
unpack this without being mean. Like,
No, we can't.
They don't
'cause
watch the show.
I get that.
Should.
There's lots
they
of
should.
vibes that don't have good lyrics. Like you know, fucking Lady Gaga songs. I mean, you can dissect them, but Bad Romance and fucking Stupid Love, the same song. They just like it's just like, but both of them are big vibes. Big vibes. Good vibes. I don't think that Justin Bieber's vibes are strong enough
So
or
you're
good enough
giving by
to
drawing a
justify.
comparison from Justin Bieber to Lady Gaga, you're giving him a lot.
No, that's what I mean. He's nowhere near
Um,
that. Like we're like you can have kind of like
and it's
okay
not,
lyrics and strong.
but we don't have okay lyrics here. We were talking about this in
Sure, they're
the
bad.
one, the lyrics aren't even okay. They're really, 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 really bad. And the problem isn't like, oh well, I don't come to it for lyrics. I come to it for vibes. There's a million other things that have not only better vibes but also better lyrics.
It's true.
Fuck Justin Bieber.
You
Like,
come to it for the Bieber. The only
why are we
reason he's still doing this is clout.
given this? And here we go. I said earlier in the pod that I when I see pompous white boys, I hate it more than other people. I see this, I fucking hate it. Stop looking at this useless, mediocre fucking white man. He's not good at shit. Fuck this guy.
There were a couple things that I did take away from it. One was that I need to listen to more Daniel Caesar because I think the Daniel Caesar feature was my favorite part of the whole album.
Daniel,
He's very
And
good.
I've seen him in other stuff, so I'm like, yeah, you know, let's get some more Daniel Caesar going. And the other one, it occurred to me because there's like 2 tracks where he really leans into the whole 80s aesthetic that we're in. And on the first one, I was like, man, this one sounds like you really liked The Weeknd's new album. And this other one sounds like you really liked the new Dua Lipa album. And now I'm like, are we just at saturation? Is this it? Are we at the peak? Are we on the downturn now? Can we say goodbye to all of this?
So
You know?
yes,
We're hitting it.
yes,
Absolutely.
is the reason why the like hyper genres are cropping up, because we're starting to pervert a saturated media. We've gotten all of the sugary bubblegum high tier pop by the numbers. We've heard it flipped this way, that way, the third way, the fourth way. It's hard to be challenged by it. But when I find, at least lately, when I'm like, wow, I'm being challenged by this, it tends to be like a hyper pop artist, someone in that new deviation lane, whereas mainstream's not trying a single new thing. I mean, obviously they never do, they never have, but yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We're also saying there are some inclusions of Martin Luther King on this album.
Yes, I've seen those.
Is that
Those I am up on.
true?
Right in
I
the
didn't see
middle,
that.
right in the middle, there's a full section, a full like 3 minutes of an MLK speech. That and
It's very uncomfortable.
It's about the
Hate it.
war in Vietnam, essentially. I'm pretty sure was the context for it, or it is obviously about, you know, like obviously black rights. One of the, you know, the big things that MLK stood for. I think I took it as the Vietnam War, but you know. And it's weird because the whole album is love songs. Every single one of them is a love song. And then right in the middle, it's like, war is bad. If you don't stand up for what you believe in, you're as dead now as you will be when you die. And then it's like, yep. And then later on, we're going to talk about how I would walk through fire even if your kiss would kill me. Like,
Haley Baldwin.
so, yeah. The entirety of the MLK stuff and it being called Justice makes no sense.
It's so funny that it's not funny. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's not there's no humor. It's interesting that we're seeing these like, name top 5 pop artists, right? Like each one of them is now putting out their most recent album and we're going like, we're tired of you. That's enough. No more. Because Justin, I think if Katy Perry were to put out more shit, we'd be like, all right, Katy, Lady Gaga gets a pass because she's different.
Just
She's
put out good
better.
music. That's it.
We do need to touch back on this MLK interlude thing because there's something in here that I think it's low key and it's the most egregious part. You all should take a moment to listen to it. You probably do. The last second, he says something about like the phrase like "stand for justice." It ends there.
No,
But there's a manipulation, a very slight manipulation, where like as he's saying justice, it's just cut off, and it really sounds like "stand for Justin."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, take
listen
your
to
word for
that.
it.
Like there's not even a beginning of a sound at all.
We don't get to.
It's like Justin.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, go listen to it. It's titled MLK interlude. Like he's not there, you don't have to really search
Like
for it.
really and genuinely fuck this dude.
I heard
Oh,
it
it
'cause
hurts.
I watched I watched Anthony's review of it.
Okay.
And I recall
don't think
him
I've seen it
saying that specifically. He says that. And I was like, oh, okay. And listening to it, I was reading the lyrics as I was listening to this album. So I saw justice at the end and I was like, okay, word. And then like just turned it off because I was like, it's Martin Luther King. I'm not about to judge Martin Luther King's speech on a Justin Bieber album. So I was like, all right, I've read the rest of it. Turn my brain off till we get some more instrumentals and whatever. So I missed it on the first pass through. But yeah, no, that's bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's a little bit more than pretty bad. Hold up.
It's super, super fucking bad, and I hate it with literally every inch of my whole being.
That's terrible.
It's really annoying.
Hold up. I'm live tweeting.
It sends me into fits. When I heard it for the first time, I went, oh my God, I want to vomit. I hate this so fucking much. Can we please beat the absolute shit out of this guy one time?
He does deserve kind of an ass beating.
He needs to fucking fight Logan Paul or some horse shit like that. Like somebody put hands on him. Hey, did y'all hear that Aaron Carter is gonna fight? He's gonna fart. Aaron Carter is gonna fart. He will do that. That's a guarantee.
Yes.
That's a guarantee.
Can't help it.
Aaron Carter is going to fight Lamar Odom.
What a stupid. What a terrible matchup. He's gonna get his ass beat.
Lamar Odom has like 7 inches and 80 pounds on Aaron Carter.
He's fucking huge. It wasn't he married to Khloe Kardashian?
I think.
Yeah, one of them.
One of the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I think it's Khloe.
There's really not anything else to say. Aaron Carter is going to get fucking rolled up into a ball by Lamar Odom. It's going to be very funny.
Jesus.
But it's also going to be the best payday that Aaron Carter has seen since he beat Shaq. So good for him on that note.
What if it's just all set up for a music video?
I think everything he's been doing is a setup just to get this payday off this fight, because he also went on to Logan Paul's podcast Impulsive, and he was wearing this chain, this large, like thick Cuban chain with like a diamond on the end of it. And Logan has this Impulsive chain. It's his logo for his podcast on a little chain. It's a little more modest looking than the one that Aaron is wearing, but Aaron's like, yo, like trade me chains on the podcast. This is live on the podcast. He's like, yo, trade me chains. Let's like trade chains. And the producer's like, so they trade chains and they part ways with these chains that they traded. Come to find out, Aaron's chain was fake, very fake, worth about $15. Aaron Carter is now wearing the Impulsive chain in everything and everywhere he goes. The best part is he thinks it says impulsive. He is not aware that Impulsive is a play on the Paul name. He apparently has no idea. He thinks he just finessed a chain that he can really wear. He's advertising Impulsive, the podcast, unknowingly everywhere he goes.
Unknowingly? Like, is it really unknowingly? Or
Aaron Carter is very
Aaron
stupid.
Carter has a restraining order against him from every family member he has. He has a large face tattoo now. He's
Yeah.
known for his addictions and
Yeah.
his lying. And he got one over on Logan Paul for clout to trade a fake chain for a, albeit smaller and more modest, real chain that has somebody's logo on it.
I mean, Aaron Carter's never been like some sort of artist with
No.
integrity.
No. He's never been an
It's
artist at all.
just-
He was
No.
he was
He was a child star.
He was a kid.
Those are always manufactured.
Of course, I mean his hits. That's
It's
not even
working.
like that's his hits were How I Beat Shaq, written by like career like kids bop makers. Like
Right. Well, and like
it's not
Aaron's
an
House
artist.
Party or some shit. Like, yeah.
And now he's just addled Hollywood runoff, sporting an impulsive chain before Lamar Odom. I can't. I you have one beer and you can't drink. Lamar
Aaron
Odom's gonna
Carter's
roll him up into a
farting.
ball.
He's probably doing that too.
What a fart.
Hilarious shit. I recommend you look at any of it because it's garbage.
I did want to drop
Yeah.
that the artist Flamingosis that I love
Yes.
has dropped a new song a couple of days ago, which fingers crossed means that like more music will be coming from him soon because he's great. Check him out if you haven't.
How'd
Plug.
it go?
It's a really good song. Well,
But like, how did it go? Like,
Yeah.
how does it go?
I just
Nah.
kinda- dun, 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 dun. It's called
Oh, I like that actually. Oh, yeah. Alex, got any music?
I listened to the new Lana album today, and it's good. I mean, it's good. Which I expected. I'd heard nothing but good things about it, and I think that every album I've heard from her has gotten better and better. I wish she would just get like the other girls just a little bit, because everything she says makes me really annoyed. And it's just a case of artists who think that they're so much like different and better than other artists in their field, and like feel very strongly that they need to voice that. And it's annoying. And I think we all know about her like letter that she posted this year, and you don't okay. Well, she posted
Go ahead. Go ahead. I was gonna say the only thing I know or I've heard about her was like sometime in 2020 when she like had held a big book signing or some shit like event mid pandemic, and the mask she wore was like a mesh mask.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And she got called out for it, and of course people defend her for it. And so I don't know her body of work at all. I just rarely hear anything good outside of it, and as a result have never been interested.
Yeah, we talked about it was like kind of a joke but kind of not, about how we were talking about like I'll be just like all the other girls if I don't listen to it. But then it's like you'll also be just like all the other girls if you listen to it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, like that's the joke of saying like I can't be like the other girls, because she feels so strongly, so outwardly, that she's not like the other girls. And it's just like, dude, you're I don't know, at least my age, like you've got to come to terms with this shit at some point. Like, but I mean, just to fill y'all in, she writes this open letter that starts question for the culture, and then goes on to name Doja Cat, Ariana, Camila, Cardi B, Kalani, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce. And
Wait, hit me with that list again.
Excluding Ariana, because she gets roped in with these women. Doja Cat, Ariana, Camila Cabello, Cardi B, Kalani, and Nicki Minaj. All women of color.
Yeah, that's immediately
except for Ariana, who is just very fake tanned. what'd she say? Have had number ones with songs about being sexy, wearing no clothes, fucking, cheating, etc. Can I please go back to singing about being embodied, feeling beautiful, being in? So she just like name drops all of these women, specifically women of color, for getting away with shit that she just can't, that she just faces criticism about constantly. And then I sing about difficult relationships and I'm like promoting abuse and everyone else is doing it and I can't. And it's like, it's just really whiny and dismissive and
Yeah.
narrow focus, because like all of these women face that same criticism. Like, sorry you don't hear it because it's not about you, but they absolutely have to deal with this on a daily basis for
Yeah.
all of these things. And like it's a, you know, a long piece of text in this little typewriter font that she posted on Instagram or whatever.
Because you're
And
so fucking pretentious.
yes, and it ends in her basically teasing a, like, I think it's like a book of poetry or something like that she's dropping. So it all ends up being kind of this like promotion thing. And it was like one of the most annoying things I've read in a really long time. And she got a
Yeah.
lot of like flack for it, a lot of criticism. But like I just think it's a perfect little summed up example of the way she's like treated her fame, and it goes quite well with the character she portrays in her songs. It's she's not profound in her lyrics. She's, you know, very she'll like talks about Sylvia Plath, and like in this new one where she talks about listening to, what is it, the White Stripes, and when I was listening to Kings of Leon, and I'm like, wow, like really edgy music, Lana. And
Yeah.
but I mean, all of that, she like, oh, what is, she has this whole song about not all who wander are lost, and I was just so upset. Like, stop, stop. This is the most Tumblr bullshit I've ever heard. And Tumblr was only cool like 10 years ago. Like, but her vocals are really interesting. She really does like new stuff, like with her vocals. Like she's really pushing things. Sometimes it's like, wait, that's like Lana Del Rey. Like it doesn't really sound like her. She's experimenting a little more. Jack Antonoff was a part of it, and he always does great shit. It's sonically, it's a really nice album if you're ready for some sad girl music. Lana's always a good choice. I mean, Norman fucking Rockwell, Chemtrails Over the Country Club, both good albums. I just think Lana Del Rey's
Chemtrails over my
Chemtrails Over the Country Club. It's, I mean, if she wouldn't be doing all of this, like I would love to embrace this kind of it's almost a parody of the like not like the other girls shit, right? And if you're really gonna like lean into that and just like write about that feeling, I could vibe with that shit, you know, like, oh, like, and make fun of yourself, like doing it in a self-aware way, I guess. Like I'd be really into this, and it is still stuff that like I feel as a like as a sad girl, and like, you know, all of these things. But she just like does all this shit. But I did hear her mesh mask had something underneath it, but I don't know. I don't fucking know. I didn't get into the mesh mask shit, but Lana gets on my nerves. Her album's good.
Yeah, like I said, haven't touched her music, and just whenever I'm presented with the artist, it's like I don't.
Honestly, I'm not sure it would resonate with you. Like, it is very much like sad girl music. Yeah,
that is part of it. It doesn't sound like it's made for me, so I'm not going to critique that. But just like outside of it, the artist itself just has never. I've never heard anything that made me go, I should check them out. You know, like you're telling me that this like lady is like, why do women of color get all the free passes around here? And it's like, what the fuck are you on about?
No, absolutely not, dude. Like, why couldn't you name Katy Perry or Lady Gaga? Like I don't know. I keep naming them today, but
yeah, like
anybody, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, like all of these white
Taylor
women
Swift.
in pop. Taylor Swift doesn't do as much sexy shit, so maybe not quite
Okay. Yeah.
to this point, but yes. Anyways, yeah. So
guess-
Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of, just not to like argue against myself, is like these women are kind of the top right now, right? Like
Yeah,
more
totally.
so than the examples that we can think of that would like diversify the list. But still, like Jesus,
Yeah.
like read the room.
So
I'm done.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this week, Patrick and Remy found some music they liked, and me and Alex got really angry.
Not all who wonder.
You didn't sound too angry, Gibb. You sounded amused, but
I'm just, I don't know why I expected more. I was
Yeah,
expecting.
you didn't need to do that.
Well, by now
No.
you'd think like, okay, Justin, you're
You
an
would.
adult, you're in a marriage, like maybe you have
What would
some
have
real
given you
shit
that?
to sing about. And the Shawn Mendes song made it seem like he was ready to start like talking about his feelings on being a young pop star and forced into that spotlight. Like, even
Yeah.
though I didn't think that song was very good, like I was interested to hear Justin kind of give us his take on
Misreading.
that shit.
some introspection.
Yeah.
And-
No, his last big single was "Yummy." I don't know what would have really given you that feeling.
Yeah,
Mm.
his last few singles were Yummy, Holy with Chance. That one was like, okay, dude.
Chance has something new out too, doesn't he? Like
Is it also
gives a
an I Love
shit?
My Wife
Yeah.
album?
I was like, I don't care, but he had something new.
No, I got him on mute forever now. Ever since that stuff with his manager came out, I'm not
Yeah.
going back to
Yeah.
that shit.
Gross.
Throw that in the garbage, my man.
Oh, I had him on mute after.
The Big
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah, there it is.
That's fair enough. Like,
Yeah.
right to mute it right there.
Wow,
But,
you just like
yeah, there's always a chance like, okay, bad album. Artist can jump back, but then the way that he responded to his management's response to his awful album, no thank you. You can keep everything forever, my man. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Any of it. Again, thank you.
Well, then he told Justin, "Go write an album about your wife." And Justin was like, "Good idea, bro."
Yeah, that worked
And-
for you.
you know what the people love?
No one
Albums.
wants to hear about your fucking marriage. People
I mean,
hate hearing about your marriage.
Albums about the wife though, like
Okay, that's not entirely true. They
Yeah,
can
the
be
woods.
done right because everybody really liked
Uptown Girl.
but like
Is that
like
about Billy Joel's wife?
I'm sorry, I just remembered it as a famous example of an artist including their spouse in a music video and then having that marriage just go south.
Oh, okay.
the
Didn't know
Lemonade and
that.
444 situation.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, yeah. But it's different when you're Beyonce and Jay-Z. That
Well, no,
marriage
the
we want to know
difference-
everything about.
The difference is art quality.
It's true.
Why do we want to know?
Because there's
Art
turmoil in
quality.
your relationship.
No, art quality. Why do you want
okay.
to know? Because it sounds good, because it's well put together, because the songs are well written. It matters there. You
Absolutely.
look towards the big day and there's songs about it's 22 tracks about his wife, and I dare one of you to tell me one thing you learned about his wife.
Other than he loves her very much.
That does not count.
As well as God.
Facts about his
Drop-
wife as a person.
Yeah.
She
One.
dropped boxes nudes to him, right? Right.
Airdrop?
Airdrop. Yeah, there it is.
Not Dropbox. That's
Dropbox.
kind of old technology.
Okay, so one of your big tech was is one time his wife
he's
interrupted a meeting to airdrop him some nudes.
That was
I've never owned an iPhone.
I've never owned an iPhone either.
I'm picturing it just getting a message being like, check the Dropbox, suggested faces.
You've got like an automated Dropbox email. Just like-
I'm just gonna start
What's
sending
to
you
do?
those messages. Patrick, be like, check the drive.
Please. I hope they're nudes.
Drive.
Just pictures of your pale feet.
Yeah. I'll put it somewhere random and save it as some really weird document so that you just have no idea what you're going into. You're like,
Good.
why'd you give me a Word document? Like, what did you write? Just a PNG
Please.
of my feet.
I'll be waiting. I've always got the drive tab open. It's always here.
Me
I'll be
too.
waiting.
I'm in it right now.
I'm literally
Oh,
looking at
shit,
it right now.
I'll get in the drive real quick.
Everybody did the drive.
For a week where we didn't know what we were gonna do, we did pretty well. It felt really good.
I think we're
think
gonna
we knocked it out.
probably do more of that going forward. I feel like week to week, this is becoming consistent. That we're like, what are we gonna talk about? We'll just let's hang out. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
It's organic.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up maybe some meme news, and we can go from there. Like
Yeah.
it's easy piece.
Freestyle, baby.